Hi folks, good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be doing a couple of episodes. First episode is an individual review, which I never talked about this fragrance before or even this house. This is a very new house for me, and I'm very glad I did a blind buy on this one. This is called Graphite by Claude Montana, I think. Okay, so this is an EDT concentration. I understand this is kind of fragrance not much talked about. I guess I haven't seen it in so many places. There are reviews on it but not really hyped like some big names. Okay, so I'll tell you reasons why this one is to be hyped. Okay, if you know my channel, if you know the way I do reviews or I like fragrances, uh, there it has to be something impressive. This is another yet impressive fragrance by Nathalie Lorson, who is the creator of some great fragrances like Bentley for Many Intents. You guys know that one is immortal perfume. And another one, if you like this one, the encre noire. I don't think they are the same perfumer. Oh, yeah, she did in encre noire. Sorry, my bad. So these two are her creation, and the thing is, this bottle is in the same fashion as the other one that I have from this encre noire line, which is interesting, which is called encre noire a la extreme. You see the juice color and the dark bottle of the nature, but these are square bottles. Anyway, so let's get into this. This is a 2011 release, and there's another wood version of it, which I really want to try. And this is a fragrance. This is truly a fragrance for people to enjoy rather than going with like 10 other Dior Sauvage or 20 other inspired fragrance of Aventus. This is like a different direction altogether. Like people are going one direction and you take like a car, and then the other side of the road highway is totally empty and you're just cruising along, so enjoying your road. So this is that kind of fragrance. So check out, and I'll try to describe to you how I feel about this. Okay, so the box looks like this, really nice. And when I saw the box, it kind of gave me a witchcraft sort of feel. I got this from Fragrance BD, one of the pages. They actually do their own thing. Like many of the pages in Bangladesh, they bring the latest releases, Middle Eastern perfumes and all the popular ones. But not many people, I'll give them credit for this, that they bring some uncommon perfumes. I bought many fragrances from their page, which were like, I was like, okay, I did not know that this existed, so that's nice. Okay, so that's the box. Price of this fragrance, I think it's in foreign lands it's $25. In Bangladesh it's gonna be expensive, $45 to $50, give or take. Sorry, by the way, time is around 5:30. I'll go for morning walk. I'm having my usual for my energy coffee with Horlicks. I'm recovering, by the way, slowly, but very, very weak, still sleeping most of the time. Thank you so much for your generous words. So here, the bottle, I'll tell you one thing I did not like about the bottle is that this part, it's kind of like a suede kind of a thing. It's actually like a slide on, like it goes up and down. It's a loose kind of a tag. It says the name and then house. But this one, when I got the bottle, it came off, like it was here, top of the bottle. So it's fine. I put it back, nothing, no damage. Juice color is really mesmerizing, really nice. The cap, it's a wooden cap, and it ta 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 like this, like a rattle sound inside, which I really like. I don't know if it's a fault or it's meant to be like that. And I'm wearing this fragrance on my hand here for dry down. Let's just go once here. Couple of sprays, okay. So this one doesn't click onto place or anything. I like the bottle, the way it looks. Cap is nice. So this one has notes like Virginian cedar, violet leaves, pepper, according to Fragrantica, bergamot, guaiac wood, amber, geranium, benzoin, sandalwood, and oak moss. Okay, so when you hear those notes, you already know this is not going to be as freshy for sure. This is not going to be a clubbing banger, that's for sure. And third thing, you know for sure that this notes breakdown could only mean one thing, that is winter. And sadly, most of the country's winter is going away or gone already completely. So perhaps you'll be thinking, did I miss out if I have this fragrance now? No, you can wear it. I'll tell you where you can wear it. So this thing opens up really beautifully. I read some interesting comments. One of the comments is dill pickles, and when people say that, I think it's supposedly should be a funny thing to say because there's no such mention of dill in the nose breakdown, but there are other things, right? So some people say when you cut off a big tree, trunk or something, you just smell the fresh cedar from the trunk, and that's the smell this one gives away. Some people said this smells like damp winter, like a hay stick kind of a thing. It smells like winter hamsters, hamsters home, a little bit of a wood saw, like, I don't know, sawdust, yeah, sawdust, something like that. So some people said, if you like fragrances in this style, where is my other bottle at? Like from a Bentley line, if you like Bentley for Man Absolute, which is like Gucci Purum 1, it has that pencil shaving, woody, spicy, similar to many other fragrances out there. But this one, nobody talks about, because I don't think it's known very well. So I actually will tell you, this one doesn't open like any of these fragrances. Like here you see Bentley Encre Noire or Bentley Form an Absolute. This one has a sweet cedar, kind of like a spicy opening, which is very, very nice. It almost feels like there's some sort of sweetness in the opening, which is kind of like a benzoin sweetness. Sorry, the morning coffee I definitely need. Yeah, much better. Yeah. Sorry, that must be annoying as. Anyway, so what I was saying is, this is a cedar opening for me. It has a touch of pepper and touch of benzoin sweetness, which I am getting. But there is this also a freshness up top, which they said violet leaves. When I'm smelling this, yeah, definitely you can see the violet leaves at the background somewhat, but it's not really like a violet leaf, a dominant fragrance. Okay, it's not like in the forefront. So it's that kind of like a darker violet leaf. You can think of it like fall, winter. Like a day you don't see the sun out. But it's daytime. You're out with your bloodhound. Just going out. Just for a horse ride, something like that. And the weather is kind of damp. Like the road is kind of muddy from the rain or from the mist, one of those things. It's a gloomy day. Think of the skies are like the full of like kind of dark clouds. Every now and then it drizzles a little bit, so you need your colder like cold clothing, like winter clothing. So you're wearing that, you're not shivering, but this thing feels like mild cold weather, the fall, early days of winter. This would be so perfect. Like, even think of the porch of a wooden house, like a cabin in the jungle. I always say that favorite movie of mine is Cabin in the Woods, right? If you love that movie, this is gonna be perfect. It is, in a way, a bit scary for the new beginners or starters. I'll show you another fragrance. Hold on. Yeah, I wanted to get this fragrance particularly just to remind for the video. Is the same style of Juicy Couture Dirty English. This is kind of like a different kind of fragrance, but the nature is the same. You see the juice color, kind of like a whiskey, a leather, peppery. So this fragrance, it is in this family. If you smell one of these, you can relate, like you can draw a string like attached to one of these fragrances. You can say, oh yeah, it smells kind of like a Encre Noire, but minus the vetiver or something like that. Okay. But then again, you can get like sandalwood from Bentley from Intense, which is the sweeter nature, but it also has that animalic side. But instead of the leather, this one I think gives that kayak. Okay, so yes, so the benzoin is mentioned at the base, but I start getting it from the beginning. So it's a sweet cedar, mossy, damp weather kind of fragrance. And if you, let's say, you want to warm up a little bit, glass of cognac, like a shot at that, or bourbon whiskey, something like that, and this is going to go perfectly with it. If you're reading a book in library, yeah, if you have your personal library with the ladder on, you have to go up there and fetch some books, and some of the books have a leather cover. I'm trying to imagine all sort of things, and the floor is again wooden, so some of the dust with the sawdust smell, this is going to be perfect for that. This is such a stunning piece of art kind of fragrance, which I really, really like. Okay. Performance from this fragrance, because winter is ending now, it's around 22, 24 like this in the daytime, and 21 at nighttime. So I'm getting like not more than 7.5 out of 10 longevity, but I'm pretty sure in colder months it's gonna hold better. But it's not as beefy as Bentley for Intense. It's more wearable. That is the best trait of it. So as as a whole, this fragrance is a beautiful package. Overseas, if you can get this for 25 bucks, think of fragrance houses which are niche, but for cheap prices. Yeah, this is that fragrance. This is why I think it's so great. It's so beautiful. Yeah, if you can wear this in the summertime, no, daytime, I don't think it's a good wear. But for fragrance enthusiasts who already have graduated and 2-3 years you're using fragrances already, this is gonna be like a beauty. This is gonna be like, oh, it's a sweetheart for me. It is less scary than something like Gucci Guilty Absolute, which I have, which is the ultimate scary fragrance in the community. Okay, you can also see. So that one is so much more daring than this. Okay, but this one has a sweetheart vibe. And I feel just to finish up, there is this boozy quality to this fragrance. I don't know if it's just because people, when once they see booze, they always try to think booze with everything. Okay, so I'm thinking kind of like a whiskey tone there. So it's a sweet, woody, wearable, and the dry down is so much more mellow. In the opening, it could be little bit challenging, but the dry down is so mellow, which I love about this. So if you say happen to live near the mountains and it always stays cooler most of the year, if you live near the Himalayas or Canada, this is going to be a perfect fragrance. I really want to try the oud now, and the quality of this perfume is top notch. For the smell, for the composition, I give this fragrance a 9.5 out of 10. Really beautiful composition. Longevity and projection, I am thinking it's more like a 7.5 out of 10 on an average. Not crazy, but could be better, but it's okay. It's not really poor or disappointing or heartbreaking. Versatility, yeah, it's kind of like 5 out of 10. It is mostly for the cooler setup. Who is it for? A little bit mature noses. It's not for beginners. It's not for teenagers. If you as a teenager like it, great. You have great taste in music and fragrance, but don't start drinking. Okay, so yeah, this fragrance is a really nice little find for me, and I think you need to check it out if you have access to it. At least smell it once. No harm in that, right? So Nathalie Larson, she is a superstar for me. Like many of the perfumers who have great resume. She has great resume as well, and she like to push the envelopes a little bit, which is really nice and refreshing. Okay, so overall, my rating on this fragrance is 9 out of 10. If this thing lasted like beast mode, I would give it a perfection 10. But then again, the price point is so good. Even 45, 55 bucks, this is a steal at this price point. Okay, and you get 100 ml. So do let me know, have you ever tried it, and how do you like it? What's your opinion about it? And do you think it's as good, or you think it's a pass? Have a nice day. Thanks for watching. See you soon.